work.
What do you mean questions that can't be answered?
Huh? Okay, Rabotai. Last year before Pesach, we are going to do as many halachot as we can squeeze into this hour. And I know that it's review for a lot of people. I know that a lot of us know already these laws, but it's our job to review these laws every year before Pesach. I'm not focusing now on the laws of the Seder. Which way you have to lean, 50 degrees, 45 degrees, 90 degrees, 80 degrees. I'm not doing the whole Seder thing. We're talking about getting ready for the holiday now. Okay. Let's start with the halakha for someone special. Maran Shulchan Aruch says, if it's the custom of the place that they eat roasted meat. You got the book? For me?
Yeah.
Ah, wow, that's huge. Thank you. Wow, it's a nice gift. If it's the custom to eat roasted meat in that area,
Roasted meat or beef?
Roasted meat, beef. If it's your custom to eat roasted meat, eat it. If it's custom to no, we don't eat roasted meat, only boiled meat, eat boiled meat. What is the reason why they would not eat it roasted? Yeah, we learned it once, right? Maybe they're going to say, oh, it's roasted. Oh, there's a Korban Pesach. Saliesh. Because the Korban Pesach had to be roasted, right? Only roasted. And so therefore, if you have roast, real roast, then they're going to think of Korban Pesach. So that's why some people don't do it. But other people do it. Our custom is you are allowed to eat roasted meat on Pesach. It is not asur to eat roasted meat for Sephardim on Pesach. In any event, asur de'echol se salui kulo ke'ehad b'layla hazeh. You are not allowed to have an entire animal roasted at the table. If you want to say, like, some random person told me he has an idea. He wants to do a real zecher the Korban Pesach, not a fake zecher. Whatever, Shankphone is not a real zecher. I want to do a real zecher, which means I'm going to have the whole animal, top to bottom, like a shawarma, spinning around on the spigot, roasted. That's what they used to have. So the whole body. Answer is no. Manan says straight out, you're not allowed to have a whole animal. Why? Because that really looks like a korban. It looks like people are going to say you're eating korban outside the Beit HaMikdash. So therefore, Manan says, not the whole animal, just a piece of meat.
What if you don't eat roasted meat that night?
They're going to think it's at your table. It's a Korban Pesach. So therefore, you're trying to remember it. You're going to lose more than you gain. Because you're trying to do such a good job. Remembering the Korban Pesach, you're doing it these two. So therefore, the custom is to eat meat. Now remember, less is more. Last year we learned, if you were here with the Gemara, we learned this in the Gemara. The Gemara does not say zeroa. The Gemara does not say shankbone. The Gemara doesn't even say meat. The Gemara says a cooked food. Remember last year, guys?
Yep.
And what were the examples the Gemara brought? Example 1, rice.
Mm-hmm.
Was you imagine instead of the shankbone, there's a pile of rice on the Seder plate, and an egg, and Rashi says fried. The Gemara says, and Rashi comments on it, a fish with an egg on top, like a fish with the egg yolk on top, roasted egg on top of the egg yolk on top of the fish. So really, if you come home Monday night or Tuesday night, and you have a lot of company, and you spent a lot of money preparing for the Seder and a lot of time, and it's not exactly the way it should be. Because your wife maybe forgot to roast the eggs. Your wife forgot to hard-boil the eggs. Your wife said, oh, I forgot to go pick up celery from the store. Oh, I forgot to put this. Don't kill your wife. This is why you have to learn halakha. Because if an alien or a child comes to a car who doesn't know how the car works, there's all these buttons, and one button falls off, it's oh my God, one button fell off. The car's broken. But if you're experienced, you say, no, this is just the air conditioning now. The car's going to be fine. You have to, if you don't know the halakha, if you don't go to these shiurim, you think every halakha is exactly the same. And so, where's the hard-boiled egg? That's it. The whole Seder is ruined. because you don't know better. But if you spend a few minutes learning, the Gemara doesn't say hard-boiled egg for Hagigah. It's a cooked food. So if your wife forgot to cook, you know what a good husband, a good Torah husband does? A Talmid Hacham does? He says, oh, you forgot to think the hard-boiled eggs? Don't worry about it. Go get some of the rice. Go, bring me a piece of the fish.
When can you yell
Huh?
When
You never yell at your wife. Take a piece of fish, put it on the Seder plate. And then you're going to have some people at the Seder say, wow, what are you doing? Whoever heard of fish on the Seder plate? You tell them, shh. I know exactly what I'm doing. This is what you get when you study. You know what you're doing. You have a calm life.
You also have to be careful with these fish.
Guilty as charged. If it's a female, don't do it. Don't shush a female. And so therefore, we learn that. We learn this. Why? So we know what's halakha, what's minhag, what's a humrah. Don't kill. And that's going to lead us into the preparation for the holiday also. So same thing with the holidays. Your wife didn't do something, or you didn't do something. Oh, she said, oh, I didn't. The 10 pieces, I didn't. Forget about the 10 pieces. Forget about the 10 pieces. Like, you have to know what's a real ikad and what's just a minhag. You don't go crazy over something that's not real. If your wife ate on Yom Kippur, God forbid, go crazy. She ate on it, maybe go crazy on Yom Kippur. That's some real sandwich with bread served on Pesach, go crazy. But if there's no egg on the plate, relax. Relax. If there's no celery, relax. Any vegetable can be celery. All right, let's find some lots. You have to enjoy the holiday, guys. It can't be OCD crazy. Shabbat HaGadol. Shabbat Shalefnei Pesach Nikra Shabbat HaGadol. That's this week. This week is Shabbat HaGadol. Mepnei hanes shena'asa bo, because there was a big miracle. Ki Pesach sheyatzi'u bo miMitzrayim. The holiday when they came out, Hal Az b'Yom Hamishi b'Shabbat. They went out on a Thursday. They left Mitzrayim on a Thursday, which is why 50 days later it was Shabbat when they got the Torah. Matan Torah was on Saturday, right? Look it. Well, you know for sure it was Shabbat. There was a question whether there's a 6th of Sivan or a 7th of Sivan. But everyone.
How does that work for counting the woman?
What about it?
In Israel, it's only one day. We say the woman on the second day, right?
We count on the second day.
They count on the first day.
Yeah.
So the
But Shavuot,
count is off.
no, Shavuot is the same for both.
No,
No.
they start to count at the same time.
We both count the same day.
No.
They're counting second day, which is Chol Moed. We're counting
They're
second
counting-
day, which is Yom Tov. It's the same day. We're
They
counting on the same day.
So they're counting 50 before us.
No, we're counting the same exact day.
Okay. Yeah.
Just for us, it's a holiday.
For us, it's a holiday. For them, it's not. They go by the date of the calendar. The 16th of Nisan, we count. Everybody. So what happened? We're all b'Shabbat shelefanav shel Yom Asir Nisan. We said a week before already, 5 days before, we were told to take our sheep and tie it to the bed because we're going to use it for Korban Pesach. And the sheep was the Avodah Zarah of the Goy of the Misrim. Okay, when we did this, so all the Bechorim of Misraim were the priests. The firstborns were the priests. They came, hey, why are these sheep tied to your bed? Anu lahem zebach Pesach hodah Hashem. This is the hour of Korban Pesach. Sha'ati la'alo kol Bechorim Misraim. You know, he's going to kill you soon. So we answered them, you're going to die. And so we're celebrating. We're getting ready to celebrate your death. And what happened? They went crazy. Tosafot says this. Miyad halichu ha'bechorot es lavotehem. The bechorot, now the priests go to their fathers and to Paro, and they said, hey, let these guys go. We don't want to die. And Bekitzur, there was a civil war in Egypt. That's why Shabbat HaGadol, Tosafot says this. Shabbat HaGadol, there was a civil war in Egypt. The priests, the Bechorim, the Bechorot, were fighting against Paro, and the fathers said, hey, let these guys go. We don't want to die. Why should we die? Let them go. And they said, no, we're not letting them go. And they killed tons of people from amongst themselves that day. There was a lot of people that they killed themselves. As it says, it doesn't say he killed the firstborn. He killed the Egyptians by means of the Bechorim. They killed themselves. And that's why it's Shabbat HaGadol. I know I've said this a lot of times. It's one of my favorite pshatim ever. I love it from the Hidah. And I saw a lot of other people say it. Bnei Yissaschar says it as well. Remember what I said last year about Shabbat HaGadol? Why we call Shabbat HaGadol? It has to do with the Omer. Remember this one? with the Omer. With Sifat Omer. When I say it, it's going to go right in your head. We did it last year.
What?
Yeah. I love this passage. I love this pshat. It says we count the Omer mimma horat Shabbat. Mimma horat Shabbat, you count the Omer. That's what it says in Torah. The day after Shabbat, you start counting the Omer. Do we do that? No, we count the Omer the day after Yom Tov.
Right.
So why don't we count it after Saturday? So the Sidukim and the Baitusim, they take things literally. Remember this? I love this pshat. And so share it with your family on the Seder. The Sidukim, they take things literally. So they used to tell the rabbis, no, it says, Mimahorat HaShabbat, you count. And so we're going to count Saturday, Sunday, not the second day of Pesach like we do, and therefore Shavuot is a whole different day for them. And so the rabbi said, no, Mimahorat HaShabbat means after Yom Tov, because Yom Tov is also called Shabbat sometimes. Shabbaton. Yom Kippur is Shabbaton. It's not always Saturday. And so Yom Tov is also Shabbat. Shabbat is the big Shabbat. Yom Tov is a small Shabbat. And that's why when this Shabbat comes, we're getting ready to count the Omer. So we're telling these guys, yeah, exactly. We're saying to these guys, hey guys, guess what we're doing in 2 days? We're going to count Omer. You know why? Because when it says Shabbat, it means Yom Tov. That's Shabbat Katan. Now it's Shabbat Gadol. So Shabbat Hagadol Shalom, which is Saturday, and then Yom Tov, I'll tell you Shabbat Katan Shalom. Daftar. To show them we really count the Omer on this day. Special Haftarah. The Haftarah of the Shabbat is Ve'arabah Hashem. What do you got? Ve'arabah Hashem in Shaarey Yerushalayim, a special Haftarah for Shabbat Hagadol. And it is a Chabak Kiddusha. It's a big minhag. Everyone should come to the shul if you hear the derasha. Rabbi Adalos will speak at Seudah Shlishit. Come. לשמוע דרשות רבני ישראל בשבת הגדול, בכל מקום ומקום. It's a minhag of all Klal Yisrael. וערבה להשם מנהג ירושלים. Special haftarah. Yeah? ועל הרבנים להורות לעם את הדרך אשר ילכו בה. It's up to the rabbis to teach people halacha, בדיני פסח והלכותיו המרובים, all the laws of Pesach, בעריכת הסדר, how to make the seder, לדעת מה יעשה ישראל, so people know what to do, and that's really what the Shabbat should be used for. יש נוהגים לומר אחת תפילה, שבת הגדול שלום. Some people say שבת הגדול שלום, or שבת הגדול מבורך, ומנהג יפהו. It's very nice to do this. Okay, let's go over to searching for the Hametz. בדיקת Hametz, we're going to search Sunday night for the Hametz.
Nice little pamphlet you can't figure it out.
Yeah, after I'll give everyone to go. You want to read along?
Oh no. Thank you.
I figured afterwards everyone can take one because I'm not going to read every halakha, but it's good. And someone who's careful not to eat Pesach, he gets a special help from heaven that he won't sin all year long. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed. It means if you do your part, we'll help you. It's from the Arizal. Therefore, we always make sure to check very well. Sunday night is going to be Bedikat Hametz. Yesh Lidok, Bekisea Begadim, in the pockets of clothing, especially if you have children, and in all the places that a normal place where Hametz would go, you check for Hametz. If it's a place where Hametz would never in a million years go, you don't have to check that place for Hametz. If you have children, you have to think, where would the children bring the Hametz? And you have to check there. The Zeman is at Set Kochavim, which is nightfall, which is around 20 minutes after sunset. And lights on. It doesn't, lights on. You're going to check better with the lights on. Nah, turn on the lights. Keep the lights on.
That's a tradition. Somebody books me the Bible.
No. I think it's a distortion from Havdalah, from some people. I don't think it's a real minhag. You should put the lights on. You're supposed to search good. You're going to search better with the light on.
And it's a whole thing for us. The kids hide it, they get excited.
You could do the hiding, but...
And also then check out about like the salt, the significance of the salt, and the candlelight, all that stuff.
I would say turn lights off and then on. And you gotta search. You gotta look.
Besides for your pieces.
You gotta look.
The whole thing is not the pieces.
We're gonna do that.
That's the thing.
Okay. Asur le'atchil b'shum melacha, Sunday night. You cannot begin work a half hour before the Zman, before Shikiyah. You can't start a new project a half hour before sunset, because you have to be ready for searching. If you already started a project from before and you're already inside a project, you're already inside a project. But to start a brand new project a half hour before sunset, no. You got to be on reserve. I can't start anything new until I fulfill the mitzvah of searching the chametz. Yeah.
The whole idea, why is it not during the daytime? Search for chametz. Why should it be at nighttime?
The Gemara, this is the first page of Gemara Pesachim. Back and forth, both sides.
Why is it at nighttime?
Why would you do that?
We do the search
At nighttime.
It's mamash the first Gemara on Pesachim.
Which is what?
The whole 2-3 pages talking about sides of pages, talking about all the arba'a asad. It's the first Mishnah on Pesachim. All the arba'a asad, urkin et hametz de'oraneh. That's the first Mishnah on Pesachim. And the Gemara says, what's Or? Or means the daytime. No, Or means the nighttime. And the matter goes back and forth, Or, and settles on the nighttime.
Why?
I remember.
That's why we leave the lights off. Because they say
It's supposed to be
nighttime.
nighttime?
Yeah.
You gotta search good. You gotta search good.
When do you do it? Right after Shkia.
That's it. There's 20 minutes after Shikiyah.
So that's it. It's the right moment time. You enter into that.
Yeah, but he wants to know why it's not daytime. He wants to know why it's not daytime.
We come early in the morning, Monday morning.
And then you do the light.
We have to crack open the Gemara Pesachim.
Sunset. Shabbat starts at Friday night. It starts at sunset. So if you want to do all of us, in other words, what things that is not mitzvah, you have to do it at nighttime, right?
I didn't go through the Gemara Pesachim this year. In prior years, I did. The Gemara does ask this question: why not do it in the daytime? I don't remember the answers, honestly. Avi, we'll get into it. We have a new question.
So it's a Kennedy one, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Trump was supposed to tell us all these details. Nothing ever happened with that.
What's the point of it?
Searching for the chametz.
I don't know, you're not actually certain. You're right for that for like.
No, so, there's always multi-levels. No, there's always multi-levels. There's always going to be a Kabbalah answer, and so there's Pades, Pshat, Remez, Dash, and Sod. I'm only going to address the Pshat. The Pshat, there's a lot of levels, but Pshat is to find the Hametz. I don't think in those days they did crazy cleaning like we do now.
But he was saying in one of the classes that the placement of the 10 pieces, that's a new custom. The B'tikat Chametz came before the custom of placing 10 pieces.
What the whole business with feathers?
Feather that's Spanish high said the feather that's even less. No, you don't have to do it. If you want to do it, you're welcome to do it. But it's not the 10 pieces. The 10. The 10. Hold on, I'm going to answer your question. He brought the 10 pieces. 10 pieces is, I have to address that. The 10 pieces is not Maran Shulchan Aruch. It's the Ramah that brings it. The Poskins, one posek says the Hidah says to do it. Another posek says the Hidah never said to do it. It's, you want to do it. It doesn't hurt. The Ben Ish Chai brings to do it. He says it has some Kabbalistic stuff, maybe the 10 tefillot, whatever. But down here on earth, there is no practical reason that you have to have 10 pieces out. If it's a Kabbalistic thing, that's maybe a Kabbalistic thing. Number one. We search for Hametz. I don't think they used to have vacuum cleaners in those days and crazy cleaning like we do now. And so I assume it was a lot messier, and they were actually cleaning the house the night of Bidikah. And then on a whole Musad level, there's a whole Ner Hashem Neshmat Adam, which is your soul as compared to a candle. So just like it's a time to search your house, it's a time to search your soul and improve that's a whole Musad level. So there's different levels with everything.
This is a mitzvah from the Torah.
No. It's a mitzvah from the rabbis. It's a mitzvah from the Torah not to have any hametz, and the rabbis made rules to make sure we have no hametz.
So it's not applicable. It doesn't have that.
It's definitely applicable. I always find something.
It's about how you get made also.
It's the beginning of the burning. It's the beginning process of the eradication of the hametz. I always find something. You don't find? I always find. If you don't, you might not be searching good. I find stuff.
My wife goes back.
Don't just find the 10 pieces.
I usually don't find the 10 pieces.
That's the problem.
The 5 and less.
That's the big problem. They think it's one.
They think it's the 10 pieces, yeah. Achavadah brings down.
Yeah. Let's have it because
Achavadah brings down a lot of poskim who do not like this 10 pieces custom. because it trains the people only to find 10 pieces. They think it's just a high. Yeah. Yeah. So we did this. You can find on YouTube Shaarey Yerushalayim R class. Da'at class from 2 Sundays ago, not this previous Sunday, the Sunday before. We talked all about this, and there are a lot of poskim who say, "Don't do the 10 pieces. Don't tell people do the 10 pieces. You're ruining people's bedika." Okay, let's go. The beracha is al biur hametz, because on the burning of the hametz, because it's the beginning of the burning process. Asur ledaber bin beracha lebedika. You cannot speak between the blessing and the searching. This doesn't mean you can't speak until you find something. It means you can't speak until you start searching for something. The whole search is really better if you only keep your speech around the topic of the search. Like, anybody have a feather? That would be a sentence you're allowed to say. Anybody have a bag? Did you find hametz? Did you find that piece? All these words that's talking about. Huh?
Where is the piece of the kids go crazy.
The kids love it. I know. My kids love it also. We've had fights over who hid the piece in this room, in that room.
Max, if you find a few crumbs on the floor or whatever, how do you put it?
Take a baby wipe if you have babies, because baby wipes are the answer for everything.
Feather, no?
Yeah, if you have a feather in your cap, use the feather. I don't follow the Ben Ish Chai. I love the Ben Ish Chai, but I don't use the feather.
Comes to that.
I believe he uses this as a feather. I could.
There's feather and salt.
Yeah, I don't.
Salt we use.
I just search for hametz. I take a bag and I walk around. I look for hametz. That's it.
Now you put it fine with salt.
Yeah, I always find
What's the salt about?
hametz.
It's bad.
Always find hametz. Yeah, I have kids. All right.
What's the story with the salt? I don't remember.
I don't follow the Ben Ish Chai.
We have my father used to always put a plate with salt in it.
Everyone's different. When asking me personally, when I study Torah, I love reading the Ben Ish Chai. When I do halakha, I just do halakha. That's it. The Torah is enough. I do halakha and that's all. You want to be mahmid? Be mahmid. I don't always do it. Halakha is halakha. Okay, ready? It's good to make sure, Avi, the 10 pieces, Avi, of bread are small. Not big pieces, because if you don't find one, you could just say, it's okay, never mind it, it's small. Less than a kazayit. If you have the huge pieces of bread, you better find every one of them. Okay? Next, I'm skipping. You should use a wax candle to do the searching, but the Gemara says the torch is not allowed. What is considered a torch? A torch is, he defines it here. If you have two separate wicks that are intertwined and their flames are touching each other, that's called a torch. But if the petilot are just touching, if the wicks are touching each other, that's not a torch. That's a candle. So if you have a lot of wicks, but they're all touching together, that's a candle according to halakha. They're separate wicks. And
They're touching.
the wicks are not touching. No.
And how the candle?
Yeah, the wicks are not touching. The flames are touching.
No, the candle.
They're not touching. They're intertwined. No,
No, the tips are all different. They come out like this.
They're all like.
they're intertwined.
I think most of the, first of all, I think they have two sections. If I'm remembering.
Oh, they do touch each other on the.
The flames are touching each other. You cannot use that bucket.
White candle and not.
The Gemara brings like 4 or 5 reasons. Or you're too afraid, you're afraid to burn something, the light goes behind and not in front. There's lots of different reasons.
Flashlight.
A flashlight's allowed. A flashlight is allowed.
Candle first, huh?
A candle.
Flashlight.
What beracha? I'll be your hametz and you go.
When you lit the candle, then you could blow it out and
If you want, you don't have to. You can
use a flashlight
you can use a flashlight from the beginning if you want.
instead of a.
Yeah, absolutely.
So in other words, the candle, the feather, and everything is all part of the mitzvah.
The mitzvah is it's the search for hametz. No, it's the opposite of a sketch. Everyone else is doing a sketch. Everyone's busy with all these things. Find hametz. That's project. Seek and destroy hametz. Like fauda. Go find hametz and burn it tomorrow. That's what we're supposed to be doing.
By the way, when we sell hametz, we sell that we know, that we don't know in my possession.
So in the nighttime, you're gonna do it. It does, but there's a rabbinic decree that if you have hametz in your possession that you didn't destroy, It could be Hametz Shavar Pesach. Hametz that was Pesach, so it's a problem. So the rabbis require us to do bitul, which is nullifying and saying, I don't own the Hametz. And the rabbis are also requiring us to do the Kal Hamira and to burn it tomorrow. If you did bitul and you didn't take it and burn it, it's a problem according to it's affected a banan, so it's usually the kula, but it could be an issue. It's one of these halachot. We'll get to it in a second. Okay, you're gonna do 2 Kal Hamiras. Some people say Kol Hamira. Syrians we say Kal Hamira. Kal Hamira di'ika b'shuti. You're gonna say 3 times after the search is complete at night, and then 3 times again the next morning after you destroy the hametz. So the first night you're going to say Kal Hamira Deika Bishuti. Any Hamira, you have to say it in a language that you understand. If you don't understand Aramaic, you must repeat it in Hebrew or English in a language you know. Otherwise, it doesn't work. It's a legal statement. Kal Hamira Deika Bishuti. Any hametz that's in my possession, the haziteh that I know about. Libitil v'lehaveh ke'afra de'al'ah. Ke'afra we add the last time. Libitil v'lehaveh, it's going to be batel, and then and the last one we add ke'afra de'al'ah. Like the dust. The haziteh that I see, which means I know about.
The first one. And the last word is what?
Ke'afra de'al'ah. Hefker is the hefker be'afra de'al'ah.
But then you're going to eat the ones you put.
No, that's the only ones that I know. The only ones that I'm focusing on. The stuff that I want. It's not part of my kavanah. That's the next day. The next day in the morning is saying Kal Hamila de Kabjuti the Haziteh that I saw, that I know, Udla Haziteh that I don't know it. Everything is Batil. We don't say Kal Hamila the Hamiyah like the Ashkenazim do. Huh?
Yeah.
It's another version of Hametz, of leaven. Huh?
You nullify it. How are we selling?
You're not nullifying the Hametz that you're selling. You're only nullifying the Hametz that you don't want to keep and then you want to destroy. Okay. That you didn't find. Okay.
Sorry, you don't sell the hametz that you keep and hide?
You're not doing bitul for hametz that you're selling. You're doing bitul for the hametz that you didn't find, that you don't want. If I didn't find Cheerios that are under the couch, I want them to be batil, and they're not mine. Like that. Okay? You could use a shaliach, a messenger, to do the searching for you. And if you do the shaliach, if you send the shaliach, who should do the kal hamira?
You do what you said, the national, whatever that I sent you.
Who does the kal hamira though? The shaliach or the ba'al habayit?
It's on you.
Ba'al habayit should do the kal hamira.
But if you change the bracha,
No, the
you
better.
cannot say that I know that I saw I didn't see. You should say that my messenger saw the.
Oh no, because it's going on my possession. Haziteh means my that I know of really, even though it means I saw. I'm aware. Okay, but if the shaliach did it, it's okay. It's kosher. Okay, someone who travels on the holiday. I'm skipping around a little bit so we can touch everything. If you're going out of town for a holiday, and you didn't leave anyone behind to search for the hametz, and you're gone for the whole holiday, you're coming back after the holiday. Still, you have to search for the hametz, even though you're not going to be home for the holiday. As long as you're traveling not earlier than 30 days before the holiday. If you're traveling 40 days before the holiday, you're free. If you're in town after the 30 days prior, which is Purim, basically. If you're home for Purim, you have to search. You're not going to make a beracha unless it's the right night.
The logic behind the time period, above 30 days, it's fine.
You're home. You're out. You're gone. But if for 30 days, it's like a hazaka. It's like you're here. You're still in town. That's good. Hold on one second. If you go out of town before a month before Pesach, if your kavanah is to come back on Pesach, then you have to search. But if your kavanah is not to come back until after Pesach, you don't have to search. Hold on, Yaniv, 1 second. Yeah, obviously you have to sell your hametz. Same thing. You have to sell. You have to search both. Yeah.
You don't need it both.
You have to search. You have to search every place that belongs to you. You have to search every place that belongs to you. Your house, your car, your office, anywhere. If you're renting, you have to search it. It's in your possession.
You're renting. We're saying searching.
If you're the renter, if you're leasing out, you're free. If
We're
you're,
saying searching like actively do the
Yeah.
light in the candle.
yeah, you gotta go.
In the car.
Rabotai, Bedikat Hametz, Bedikat Hametz, guys, Bedikat Hametz the right way. It's a couple of hour job, honestly. The right way.
Please, we're saying in the car we search the candle and the feather.
Search. You're not required to use candle with that, but yeah,
Search.
candle or a flashlight.
What if you have a factory? That's not even.
You own the factory. You rent the factory. You have to make sure you can corner off areas that are sold and that are not kosher, but you should have one spot, your private desk or something. This is a hametz-free zone, and you come check it. You're not going to make multiple berachot. One beracha in the house, and you got to go. You got to go to all these places and do it. Or sell the whole place if you want to.
But you can search the other places. You can search the other places first, then come to your where you live, say the beracha, and search.
It's less because you already started the search. Do the beracha the right way. First, make a beracha, search your house, and go.
And multiple people make about 5.
The guy lives in Mexico.
No, one beracha, like your father makes beracha, and he'll send you here, you here, you here. If you have kids, send them out. One person does the car, one person does the other car. You got to search all the places that you own.
By the way, you mentioned that to do it correctly, it's a couple hours down, but basically it's an open-ended mitzvah. Check the comments here.
Listen, guys, it's a mitzvah. Let's talk about the Pesukim. It's a mitzvah aseh min Torah. Tashbitu se'od mikol batechem. You have to destroy and eliminate any hametz you have. That's a mitzvah aseh min Torah. If someone has hametz and he doesn't go to the office, and on his desk there's hametz there, and he doesn't do anything about it, and he doesn't sell the office, he violated a positive commandment to destroy the hametz. Tashbitu se'od. In addition, it says, Lo yireh lecha se'od, b'chol gibulecha. Bal yira'el, bal yamatzeh. It's a mitzvah from the Torah. You cannot have any hametz. So he violated a positive commandment, and he violated a negative commandment. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. And so do the right thing. They're smart. The rabbis gave us lots of loopholes. Use them. Sell the office if you don't want to go there. Huh?
What about the shared space? What?
Oh, wow.
The what?
Sell the office.
No, but you're not selling. You're selling all the hametz. What if you're
No, he's saying what you
pots
do.
and everything?
You're like working with someone in the same house.
Who are you asking? His question or his?
Same question.
Oh, his point was, I sell the office.
So what if you have like an office and you share the desk?
With a Jew or a non-Jew?
Non-Jew.
Shutafim, you have partners. It's a whole. You don't have your own domain. You don't have your own domain. It's only a shared space.
Desk?
Sell the non.
You have.
I share the office. I share my office.
I mean, don't put your hametz there. It's like
No, I throw all the comments, but like, do you pay the cut comments? Do you have to like throw it in?
I don't know. You gotta look it up after. Shutafim. Okay, good question.
Well, I'm really confused about the thing about selling, and it's mitzvah that the white shelo. So,
The Hachamim created.
because basically, my whiskey, give it a go. Right?
Sell it. Sell it.
So, right. So basically,
But is that real stuff?
I signed the contract.
The real stuff.
I said, I am selling these others, everything that I know, everything that I don't know. So basically, I covered them.
No, you're only selling the places that are marked hametz. That's what it says in the paper. I'm selling the place, any location that's marked
the
off.
way you guys did it in the paper, rather than putting the location, you have to identify it
Yeah.
as this is hametz.
Yeah, it's his address and any places that I designated as a hametz zone, whether that's
But do you have to
Covered-
write something on it?
no, it can be covered with a sheet. Something that if the guy comes in your house and he says, "Where's all the hametz that I
No,
purchased?"
we're talking about listing, right?
You gotta
No,
no, I don't have to list it, but you have to be able to say, "I clearly identified."
How can you do that?
I know what he's talking about.
Right.
In the paper, it says you put the address and it says, "I am selling all the hametz in designated areas where I put the
You don't
hametz."
specify exactly where you.
You don't have to say my left cabinet, in the kitchen, the
I know,
bottom
but
drawer.
you don't. You have to write on the thing. This is hametz or no?
Yeah, you should. Yes, you have to. If you have hametz in there, you have to cover it. You should at least close it, tape it, make a siman, write hametz something. Yeah, you have to mark it. You're designated, that's part of the sale. So your alcohol, your scotch is part of the sale. You have to mark it. You're not doing bitul on the alcohol. You're not doing bitul on the alcohol.
The goy, when he buys it from you, and he can go to pick it up, right? So you should be able to list something that is there.
No, you tell him anywhere you see that has a red piece of tape is yours. A designated place. Every cabinet. I don't know about you guys.
That's only,
Every place I have hametz, I have a sign hametz. No? No one else does it?
Yeah,
I do black trash bag in a company.
Okay, at least you can tell them. You can. They're clearly identifiable. But Moshe, if the rabbis created the sale of the hametz, Hacham Ovadia writes, the mechira of hametz is a real mechira. It's a real sale, and he says, don't make fun of it. He writes this, don't make fun of it. It's a real sale. The rabbis gave us a gift, so you don't have to spill Blue Label down the drain. Sell it. It's applicable for everyone now.
Now, I understand.
We just go, hametz house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even though you should still have one room where it's hametz free. One room. So you can go and, so you can go and search.
What's the take on this? Brad,
According to halakha, it's allowed to be sold. Allowed to be sold. Yeah.
I think it's weird.
Bezad is asking, just so everyone can enjoy, every Bezad is asking over here, he heard there are people who don't sell real bread. They'll sell the scotch, but not the real bread. I mean, if you ask me, it's silly. It's the same stuff. It's hametz. Huh? Arak is not hametz.
Arak, no.
Arak is not hametz. Scotch, you can't.
Scotch.
Beer.
So you
That's a
are,
good list, by the way. Moshe, that was a good list.
There is a
That was a good list.
new list this year. Vodka hametz, right? From Atlanta.
who's the,
Rabbi,
everything's allowed?
Rabbi Perosa.
I believe so. I believe so.
Cannot? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Rabbi Perosa. Perosa?
I don't know.
So you, I know.
For you.
Come on and another one.
This is beautiful.
You don't eat Coke Pebbles?
No, no problems. Okay, guys, ready for a good one?
Real coins, like a bag.
Okay.
The question is,
but Peter don't
eat in a house like that? Do you eat in a house?
No, but
I would. I would.
So,
Okay, Rabotai,
boy, that this is.
the conversation,
Stay in the house.
Moshe, the conversation over here is driving the topic. So they're talking now about all different types of foods.
So wait, how come, like, some people hold the Cocoa Pebbles and these things are okay? And so
The answer is right here. I'm going to show you right now.
So there's a Rabbi Batty from Lake New Jersey. For years and years.
I think he personally moved right to Israel.
Whatever it is, he has a list that are things that don't have to have OGP or Prostohadim, things like made of rice, like Rice Krispies or Cocoa Pebbles or cereals that are regular cereals. Big things for Prostohadim, it's kosher.
But I think the back was saying, he was saying you buy it before the start.
So here's the thing.
So
let's
yeah,
talk-
I mean, you gotta buy it before.
one thing. So my Rosh Yeshiva, Rabbi Dweck, Rabbi Isaac Dweck.
Yeah, they cook all that stuff, right?
Yeah. I used to learn with him one-on-one Havruta together. When I was in Bet Midrash, we learned together one-on-one. And we learned the Havedat very often and Gemara. He told me, he said, I asked him one time, I said, give me the whole scoop on Rabbi Batty. What's going on? How could everything be allowed?
Yes.
And so he said to me, he said, listen very carefully. I know him for many years. There was one time where he was the posek of Lakewood, undisputed posek of Lakewood, New Jersey. However, don't go by anything he says, and don't ever talk bad about him. That's what Rabbi told me. He said he's a massive Talmid Chacham, massive, much bigger than anyone who talks bad about him is nowhere close to what he knows, but you can't go by him. He's just went against the grain of Orthodox Judaism. He's a lot of guts. So what I personally,
Is it a political thing or is it a halachic thing?
no, it's a religious thing. He has halakhic reasons for everything he does.
Just think about it. It says buy it before.
Hold on.
Buy it on.
1 second. I'm not, so Rabbi Dweck told me, ever since then, I never said a
He's a
word.
Jew rabbi, so okay.
I don't talk bad about him. He's a massive Talmid Chacham, which he is. I don't go by the list. But when someone asks me, can I go by the list? I always answer this. And I don't know if it's the right or the wrong answer. You tell me if it's the right or the wrong answer. I answer them as follows. Don't choose a rabbi just for his Pesach list. You like what he holds? Go in all the way. You know what else he holds.
Right.
Go on his website. Go on his website.
He's got some very strong opinion.
And kashrut.org. You go on there, and they ask him zillions of questions. Is this kosher? Is this kosher? Is this kosher? Random things from stores, no OU, no nothing, and the answer 98% of the time is kosher, 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 kosher. He holds lots of things that are kosher that you won't find in a normal house. You want that to be a rabbi? Go for it, but do it all the way. Don't just pick a rabbi because you like his Passover list.
Yeah, but
Just like you have different specializations, and if he takes it upon himself to,
But that's not his specialization. Nobody else likes, and nobody else knows him for anything else. He has a year-round list too. You can go to the store. You can buy anything you want. I'm telling you, I've been on this website. I'm like, I want to see the craziest thing they're going to say is kosher. Marshmallows, gelatin. I'm not saying this is all crazy. There's halakha for yeah. I'm not saying just lots of crazy things. Lucky Charms, like everything's kosher. So you want to go by that? That's how you want to do it. But like,
if you
What's your cereal sandwich?
don't buy any cereal from Cambridge.
every year.
Huh?
if you have a rabbi that you ask, is this okay?
You buy,
And he says it's okay, and you hold by that rabbi, then it's for you. Sorry?
No,
We're on him or you? You understand what I'm saying? Like it
You
just
hold by the list.
we're on him or you?
Listen, let's do this. Let's talk about why he's saying what he's saying. Let's do the halakha. Hametz shenisrach. We'll do it right now. Hametz shenisrach kodem zaman isuro. If hametz got ruined before it became asur. In other words, someone took the hametz and made toothpaste. Let's say there's ingredients in toothpaste. That's food, or soap, or shampoo. And now a dog won't eat it anymore. It is allowed to own on Pesach and use the soap and the shampoo. So all this whole cosmetic list that Ashkenazim have, literally the whole list for Sephardim throw on the garbage. They're all allowed.
That's what he says, achilat.
Yeah, it has to be. If a dog wouldn't eat it, it's not hametz. But it has to happen before Pesach. So you can't buy these cosmetics with wheat on Pesach. We don't know when it was made. What if it was made 2 days ago on the holiday? So, but before Pesach, that's hametz that got ruined.
That's where we get milk from, right?
Dog food is a big question. Some dog food is people grade. It's people grade, and a dog would eat it obviously because it's dog food. But a dog would, yeah, it could be a problem. If a dog would eat it, a dog is eating it. So it could be a big problem.
They have kosher. Yeah. Sit them at the table.
Therefore, bookbinders that use some sort of flour to bind books, cigarettes that have flowers in them, toilet paper that has flour that every year the top toilet paper piece where you have to peel it off when you start a new roll, they might use flour in there. I have a lot of Ashkenaz friends from yeshiva, they won't touch any of these things. I'm not eating toilet paper and give it to a dog, he won't eat it. And so therefore, all these things is fine for Sephardim as long as it was before the holiday. Next, even the cigarette, which goes in the mouth, is still okay.
I think dog food also okay.
What?
Dog food is also okay.
Dog food is a big question because if a dog would eat it, so it's a big issue. So I saw Acham has a whole thing on it. I'm going to try to find it. I'll send it to you after.
Yeah, please. We're going to need to throw the food aside.
Hold on.
You sell it.
Hold on.
Sell it.
Hold on, guys. We have to do this.
They had food out.
Wait a second, guys. 1 second. We got to do this because we have to finish this topic. Everyone wants to know, Fruity Pebbles on Pesach, where does he get this head from? יש לקנות מצרכי מזון פתוחים לפסח רק מאדם ירא שמיים שניתן לסמוך על עדותו. You should only buy food products that are open from a kosher person that you know keeps it. אף על פי שהחמץ אוסר בפסח בכל שהוא. The rabbis told us Hametz asur b'mashihu. That's a very famous line in the Gemara. Hametz is asur b'mashihu. Hametz is asur even with a dot. You cannot even have a dot of hametz. You cannot have on Pesach. It's not karet. People think this. I don't know why. People think a speck of hametz. When I was a kid, I had like freak out moments when I was like his age, because I learned in yeshiva hametz asur b'mashihu, and I said, "Oh no, I think there was a little piece of wheat in the rice. That's karet. It's not karet. Karet is, bless you. Karet is a shi'ur. Same thing with pig. God forbid someone had a little piece of pig. It's not karet. It's not it has to have a shi'ur. Pig is never karet. It has to have a shi'ur because it's a suit from the rabbis. It's a suit from the Torah also, but it's not the karet. Okay?
Karet is from the.
Karet is the kazayim. Is a shi'ur. Yeah. The eno mitbatel b'shishim. On Pesach, hametz is not dissolved by 60. If you have a piece of hametz and you want to make a pot of soup and you want to put a piece of hametz in there, you want to put 10,000 parts of water against that one piece of hametz, the soup is not kosher on Pesach. Not a speck of hametz. However, if it was mixed, it doesn't matter about who owned it. It matters when it was mixed. If it was already blended before the holiday and is now less than 1 in 60 of the item, so before the holiday, someone made Fruity Pebbles, and maybe there's a couple of pieces of rice in there, but there's 1,000 pieces of Fruity Pebble, not rice, wheat. There's 1,000 pieces of the puffed rice compared to the scattered pieces of wheat from the Golden Grams or the other cereals that they made beforehand. It's Batel B'Shishim. Because Batel B'Shishim before the holiday works. Batel B'Shishim with Hametz before the holiday works. You can be Batel. Batel B'Shishim on the holiday doesn't work. So why does Rabbi Abadi say you can eat all these things? But don't they make wheat in the same milk? They don't even wash the machines. They made a wheat cereal and then they made rice cereal. His answer.
But there's no
Batel B'Shishim.
Hametz before the holiday.
That's why it's Batel B'Shishim.
So that's his basis.
That's most of the basis.
That's most of the basis.
Yeah, Batel B'Shishim.
And also the ingredients
On the holiday.
Even if you find something, it's not 1 in 60.
Wait, what, did you still wait for it to iron out the window, all everything?
Avi, I am with you on that. I don't go by the list.
Now, cereals, flowers.
I don't go by the list. You know what the main reason? What are my kids going to remember Pesach? What's the difference Pesach and all year round?
No, but seriously, that's about 8 times just to destroy that.
Not really. Manita ayin is very it's over abused.
Not if you're with people that go with other.
How much did I buy?
They charge.
Cereal like Cocoa Pebbles.
I'm with you.
So you have to know if it's 160 on the
I
holiday.
mean, but
It has to be mixed
You did it before.
Yeah.
There's no suit to have Hametz before the holiday.
No, it's
So
not.
what's a 1 in 60? What does that mean? It's not like milk and meat 160.
What?
Like all.
This item that is asud now is not a major player in the food you're looking at.
Uh-huh.
We
So
don't.
on the holiday,
Once the holiday started, hametz is asud. You can't be mevatel it. So if they made those Fruity Pebbles yesterday, good luck. You better hope they made the Fruity Pebbles last week. Which is why and I think they do, because I don't know, I haven't seen this list because I don't want to pay for it. You have to pay for the list, which is my first red flag. I'm sorry. But I told Rabbi Adado, I said, how do you not have in big letters? Do not use this list on the holiday. Only pre-holiday shopping. He told me they put it. So they put it.
you sent the list out?
Yes, I don't go by it. Huh?
They sent the list out here?
No, they didn't say that.
Oh.
Now,
Like, home.
he goes back. I don't go back. Huh?
Like alone of like the preparation to store.
You're probably good. You're probably okay. But hametz, listen. Yeah, listen. From the letter of the law, he has a lot to rely upon. It's 1 in 60. But there's a couple of wrinkles in here, which we'll see in 1 second. Let's finish this halakha. Even if you only found out it was mixed once Pesach started, it's okay. Even if you mixed it before a holiday in 60 other parts, it doesn't come out and make your food asud. There's the halakha. Another reason, don't yell at your wives now if they're cooking for the holiday and they put the wrong spot. Oh, I didn't buy the kosher by Pesach. This is when you want to use Rabbi Abadi's list. Your wives, I'm serious. Your wife was cooking for the holiday, and she made me, oh, I didn't buy the mustard that's on the OU list. I used the regular Heinz mustard. This is when you say, I learned something. It's called Batei B'Shishim for the Pesach. Say, honey, don't do it on the holiday, but now I'll eat it. Serve it to me. You have to use your brains. Would you ever do that? Leficha. You have to use your brains. You have to have shalom. You have to know and you have a heter before the holiday, but Batei B'Shishim. And so, I don't know if he's aware of this. Don't get mad at me after.
Do you tell the woman's shoes not to yell at their husbands?
Never. The women don't. I don't know if he knows this, by
I
the
don't know
way.
if you know of our wives. Nobody yells at our wives.
My mother-in-law, I think so. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know if I told him. I think 2 years ago, my mother-in-law came to me, Yossi, I think it was, I might get in big trouble for this. I think 2 years ago, my mother-in-law came to me and she said she used the Orlando Yabra leaves. I think she came to me and she said, I didn't buy the Pesach Yabra. You know what Yabra is?
Yes.
Everybody knows the Yabra? Grape leaves with the meat and rice. She said, what do I do? He's going to kill me. So I told her, rinse it in the sink. It's going to be okay. It's about to be blah, blah, blah. Okay, you ate it.
You don't need.
You're good?
You don't need Orlando.
Now,
Any Orlando.
לפיכך, חיטים שנפלו עליהם גשמים. Let's say you had wheat that you want to make matzah. And all of a sudden there's a leak in the roof and some of the wheat in your matzah factory warehouse got wet. Oh, you say, you know what? The next day, the guy came in and he mixed all the wheat together. And you don't know where it went. There were a couple of wet patches and it's all mixed into sacks, huge sacks, 60 times 1. What would you do? Make the matzah?
Yep.
Make the matzah. Because Batei B'Shishim works before the holiday. You don't have to be strict if it's Sfaradi.
So all the matzah they make before Pesach anyway.
No, I'm talking about when it was raw, it got wet.
Raw.
Teach the people the halakha of Maran Shaarey Yerushalayim. Now, if the hametz gives a good taste, you're in trouble. But Batei B'Shishim, guys, this cannot throw us off. So just take this very, very quickly. We'll do it another time. Batei B'Shishim was created by the rabbis. It wasn't always Batei B'Shishim from Har Sinai. I mean, maybe it was, but no. It used to be ta'am. They used to have to go to a doctor or to a food expert and say, do you taste the little milk that fell in the pot? And nope, I don't taste it. Pot's kosher. That's the way it used to be. Now, when it got so crazy with all these ingredients, they said we have to have a shi'ur. What's a normal amount that you won't taste it in the food? 1 in 60.
Where did they get that from?
It's scientific. It's taste. It's a taste profile. But it used to be taste. So if you have something that gives a great taste, you can't do Batei B'Shishim if it gives a great taste. It has to be gone. I don't know where it is. I don't see it. I don't taste it. If you taste it, if the whole soup tastes like bacon, it's going to be a hard time to make Batei B'Shishim with little bacon. If it's something powerful like that. Okay, I want to do real quick.
But it's only with the Ava.
It's with the Ava. That's another point. Very good. And that's exactly here. Some people say, some people say, you can't intentionally mix it before Pesach, which would be a problem for Rabbi Abadi's list. Because some of these companies are intentionally putting ingredients, and he's saying, it's just a speck. It's in
I don't think it's intentional.
One second. Sometimes it's in the ingredient list. If it's in the ingredient list, no. If it's in the ingredient list,
But then it's
What
intentional.
they rely on is that USDA and the food, like part of the standard of food making is that if they have a factory line, they do a washout and they cook something else in it, so long as it's not, there's a minute amount, which is like 1%, there's a percentage to it, then you don't have to disclose it and you don't have to worry about it. And that's what they go on.
the question is that called lechatahila? Is that called bayadayim?
No, I think they're worried about
That's the
what
question.
happens if the employee comes in with a sandwich.
No, Yossi, forget about that. If the factory line knew that they just finished wheat, and they said, we did what the USDA requires, and if there's little crumbs there, but it's fine.
It's not an
Real life.
intentional part of
Is that lechatechila?
but it's not an intentional part
Is that an
of the
accident?
ingredient.
I don't know. I'm
That's
not.
not, like, you're not putting it, you wouldn't put it regularly.
You wouldn't put it regularly. I don't know.
So
Some people say,
It's not.
I don't know. I'm not an expert.
It's not that. It's, in other words, they're not saying, we purposely left something that will reflect on the next production of the next type of food.
We did our best.
We're saying we did our
I don't know, guys. I don't know.
I remember Jonathan Mexican used to say, we don't hold by what ifs. We hold by what is, not.
I understand.
what ifs,
I understand.
You know,
Anyway, lechatechila, you cannot intentionally do it before the holiday. So if you say, oh, I want to put some, flour in the soup, but it's before Pesach, when it's 60, no, you can't do it on purpose. Has to be an accident. Some people say this. Not everyone even agrees with this. Other people will say you could do it lechatechila. Hametz shenit arev kavat. Hametz that was already mixed. Lach belach kodem Pesach, liquid stuff that was already mixed. Ve'en shishim kenegdo. And there was no 1 in 60. It's only 1 in 30. And it got mixed in with the Pesach food. Mutar leosif alav l'shi'u shishim.
wow.
It's a big heter. So the wife is cooking. So the wife is cooking for Shabbat, for Pesach. And she says, oh no, I put the flour. Oh, I didn't put the almond flour, I put the real flour. You mixed it already? Yeah. Add more of the good stuff. And you make sure it's 1 in 60.
No one's doing that.
On purpose, you're trying to fix it.
Only once it was mixed, you can, and it wasn't mixed to the proper level, you can add to the mixture level.
Fantastic.
Okay? Yesh omrim she'im erev.
That's crazy.
By accident.
Yeah, by accident.
No, before the holiday. No.
Oh, everything is before the.
No, this biadayim. Biadayim. Before the holiday, but this is a chidush because it's biadayim. You're doing it on purpose. You know there's hametz in here that by accident, but it's not 1 in 60. You say, oh man, I wish it was 1 in 60. Make it 1 in 60.
Not that I
You're in the process, still cooking.
Yes, Shomrim. But some people say,
then you're adding to it.
let's do one more, guys.
Doesn't sound right. Doesn't sound.
Hold on, guys. I want to move. Yes, Omrim, because we're running out of time. Yes, Omrim, Shin Erev Hametz Mezid, Hozer B'nei. Some people say that if you did it on purpose, you're in trouble. Yes, Omrim, and some people say, Gam Im Erev Hametz Mezid, it's okay. V'chen Yikar, it's really allowed. Even like a tehila, it's really allowed. Ulam, Im Haya Hametz Tabar Ma'amid B'fnei Asmo, if it's a strong Hametz, which is going to give flavor, like I said, it's no good. Im Haya Hametz Tabar Ma'amid Yahad Im Hum Maharim. Okay, now.
What about texture? Flour the source texture.
I didn't taste.
Taste.
Im nimsed chita. If you want to go. I just want to finish this. Im nimsed chita betafshil orez. You're eating on Pesach, and in a plate of rice, boom, a piece of wheat. What do you do?
No, for sure to eat. Did it open?
Or betanigolet mevushelet. Very good. I'm impressed. Or betanigolet mevushelet. Or you have a chicken. You cut open the chicken in the belly. Oop, there's a piece of meat. You had breakfast yesterday. Meat.
Meat?
Wheat.
Wheat.
That would be weird if a chicken ate meat.
Corn now.
If the grain is split in half, even a small crack, it was for sure hametz because it cracked open. Cracking open is the sign of becoming hametz. And the whole pot is not allowed because hametz b'mashu is asur.
And the pot is no good.
You have to burn that on Hol that piece of wheat. The whole pot on Pesach, you made it on Pesach, is asur. I feel yesh hadbeh yoter mishishim pa'am neged hachita. Umikum makom, you can sell this to a non-Jew and have hana'ah. But you can't have hana'ah from hametz on Pesach. This we can have hana'ah. We're going to allow you because it's a small thing. It's a small subject. We'll let you have hana'ah and sell it. Now you find the wheat grain and it's not split open. What would you do? It's not split open. It's clearly wheat. We don't know if it really leavened, if it rose. Burn that on Hol Moed. That tafshil mutar. You could eat the rest of the rice. There's more than 60 around it. And it's only mashu is only midrabanan. The rabbi said mashu is therefore safek around the kula. I'm going to do another one. Take a little rice with it.
Can you just give concept of why before Pesach things are okay,
because
but after it's not? What's the halachic concept?
before Pesach, hametz was kosher. So there's no reason to treat it any differently than anything else.
Yeah.
Once the sun sets, once the Zman comes in, and hametz is asur, now we say to the hametz, you're off limits. And I don't care though, yesterday you were kosher. Today, you're out. Anything you touch is no good. Yesterday, it was kosher. It's not like it was pig yesterday. It was kosher food. So it has a din of regular food. Once the Zman of Isur comes, any hametz is zapped by the Zman. You're asur, this asur, everything's asur.
But still you're allowed to eat at 10 a.m.
Yeah, we're talking about when the
So
Zman comes
that's
in.
why, like, you can't kosher barbecue at
On
different.
Pesach, you're done. Because
You're done.
once the halot is like, I don't know how to say it in English.
Like, you can barbecue, it's easy to kosher barbecue before Pesach. You turn it on, whatever it is, you make it, whatever you gotta do.
Guys, 2 more halachot.
But after Pesach, you can't.
Imnim said, if you found a split piece of wheat in the food, which is no good, right? Because it's split, but it's Shvi'i shel Pesach. It's the last day of Pesach. And someone says to you, what should I do, Rabbi? I found
Eat it, it's fine.
a piece of wheat that was split in my rice. Tov, now,
It's fine.
hametz b'mashu is midrabanan. A speck of hametz asur is drabanan. Tov shelo yodeh lahim. Don't give him an answer. Make him wait. Ad motzei hag until after the holiday's over, and then you tell him, "Oh, it's okay. What's wrong with the hametz? It's fine." He said, don't give him the answer. Sometimes you have to know not to give an answer. You're helping him out more. One more thing. Some people don't eat chicken. You can eat chicken though. Listen to this one.
Some of you don't eat chicken on Pesach?
Yeah, because maybe the chicken has grains inside, but you're allowed. Yeah,
You don't put water on the bottom of the chicken.
grains, whatever it eats.
You have to smell it. It's
Yeah.
But all the chicken is hormone.
But cows don't eat grain?
I don't know, Cassie. You can eat chicken. I eat chicken. Come to my house. We'll serve you chicken. Okay, hold on. Listen to this. Listen to this, Avi. If you found chita shelema b'matzah, in your matzah, you find a piece of wheat, a raw piece of wheat. Ve'ena chita b'vukat, but it's not split. It's whole. What should you do? Before I read it, what should you do?
Break it off right away.
Just break a little piece around the wheat, throw it in the garbage. The rest of the matzah is allowed. If it is split, which means it's really hametz, it depends. If it's going to cost you a lot of money, because matzah is very, very expensive, and that's going to hurt you, and then eat the rest of the matzah. But if you can afford to throw the whole matzah out, that piece, throw the matzah out. Okay?
Just the one piece.
Yeah. Now, one more thing.
But then get someone to check all the other.
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful?
Matzahs that, like, the baked.
Okay, ready? Last one.
That's
Im asu merkahat kodem Pesach bechli shebishilu b'hametz. It's on the Seder night. They serve the food. All of a sudden, your wife says, "Oh no, I used the regular year-round pots. I didn't use the Pesach."
24 hours. 24 hours?
Not glass or something.
Yeah, mere pot. So what would you say? It's been 24 hours.
It's within 24?
Sorry.
What would you do?
24, you say?
After 24 hours.
Depends.
You would eat it?
I want to already. Anything that's in the pot.
Would you eat it?
That's right.
Personally?
Yes, personally.
No, but I think you're allowed.
Max, matzah, are you supposed to use regular matzah instead of?
Yeah, from the letter of the law. From the letter of the law, yeah.
Regular.
Machine-made square matzah.
The square ones in the factory.
From the letter of the law, it is allowed. But it's nice to get
Better than using it out there.
What's the deal with the pot you made a mistake?
Oh yeah, what's the answer?
The answer is you're Sfaradim. It's not fair. We needed someone Ashkenaz over here. Since a stam keli is not used within 24 hours, and really within 24 hours is the zman that you worry about. After 24 hours, the taste goes away a little bit. Therefore, we're going to say it's okay. And therefore, it's going to be allowed. The Ashkenazim, of course, the Ashkenazim will throw away the whole dish.
And they throw the pot away too.
You got it, if you got that 24 hours and say, now I can use them in Pesach, cannot do.
No, you don't do lechatachila. Listen to this line, guys. Ve'en hamoreh hora'ah, someone who teaches halacha, he is not rashai. He's not allowed lahmi l'sfaradim to teach Sfaradim b'dinim elu to follow Ashkenaz halakha. Rak betoch beto b'sin'ah rashai lahmi. You want to be strict? Be strict in your own house. You're teaching halakha to people. Give them the law of the Sfaradim.
But they also tell you the law of the Ashkenaz.
Last halakha. Mutar l'shtot bepesach halav mebehema shel goy. You are allowed to drink milk on Pesach. צריך לחקור ולדרוש אם האכילה חמץ בפסח. You can't say, oh, when did they feed him the grain? Was it yesterday? Well, maybe he ate grain today. Drink the milk. Feeling im yodea, you don't have to. It's nice to. Feeling im yodea, you don't have to. But look what you said here. Feeling im yodea bevadai, even if you know for sure she'agoy ha'achila hametz b'pesach, that the goy fed him hametz today, and you're drinking, selling you the milk right now. A lot of poskim say it's allowed, but I'll tell you, if you want to rely on it, you have what to rely upon.
So you say you can buy regular milk on the holidays.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
It's allowed, but I don't. Huh? Medicine is a good question.
All medicine. They're all good medicine.
Everyone is welcome to take a bundle home. I have a lot. There's a lot more that we didn't do. As medicine, did I put it here? No. I'm going to give a very quick answer for medicine. If the medicine is for sakanat nefashot, then for sure it's okay, because sakanat always wins. If the medicine is not for sakanat nefashot,
Like my daily week.
if it is a swallow pill that you don't chew, or it's not syrup that's flavored, it's not called eating. If you can live without it, live without it. If not, by the letter of the law, you're allowed to take it. If it's a chewable that's flavored, or if it's a syrup, more question, huh? It's the same. If it's not necessary and it's hametz, I think Rabbi Abadi would say buy before the holiday.